supposed to let it go with her. Do anybody remember when I came back? Because they kept asking me, why are you forgiving her? Why are you forgiving her? Do anybody remember that shit?
Barb, listen, listen. This is all I'm trying to tell
So,
you. So
so what it's
now,
starting to look like is a lot of puppeteering. She's the one that came out with this information, right? Why would she pin it on Keys, knowing she had access to those group chats to know who sent that video?
No, this a long shot, but I'm trying to figure out, do tea time got something to do with it? Because why you gonna tell that lie? What you gaining from telling that lie that girl wasn't crying?
She said, I don't think she cried. Like, I asked her, I was like, well, Barb did say she cried.
That
Like, am I
girl was
tripping y'all in the
crying.
comments? I was like, no, Barb said she verbatim said she was crying
She
on that
said,
motherfucker.
she was crying, explaining to me that she got a daughter and she would never want nobody to do that to her child. And when everybody they was like, nah, fuck that, Barb. And I was like, well, I explained it like she was sincere. She cried, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, it is what it is. No, I don't know.
Did not say she don't remember. T said, I, no, she said, I don't recall her crying on that call.
Is it possible that
Maybe she said she don't remember, but she told me she wasn't crying. That girl wasn't crying. She said,
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
ask him.
At this point, I'm just fucking crazy, I guess. Because
only had
now it seems like a whole bunch of games.
We got to pull that clip from T's live because I did ask her. I didn't even ask her. I was just telling the story about what you was saying over there on Keys live, and I was just telling the story. And I was like, and Barb said y'all was on a three-way. You was on a three-way, correct? She said yes. We were on a three-way. I said, and Barb was saying that the girl called her. She was crying and she felt bad and she was remorseful. But Bella was saying, no, the whole reason why she did the Mad Day was to teach me a lesson about people that I should trust. And T was like, that girl wasn't crying. And I was like, yeah, that's what Barb said. She said, nah, I maybe on another phone call, but from what I remember, I don't think she was crying. So we have to hear the clip because I might be fucking it up.
tell you, just another page with two rolling eyes in the comments. The at is I see you, you see me. Said T did say she didn't remember.
Now, if she didn't remember, I guess that's different from
That's
Flash
different,
saying,
yes, but I don't remember hearing she didn't remember. I'm
well, I'm
sorry.
telling you, I ain't gonna lie. The bitch was crying because I felt bad. That's what made me feel really bad for her.
So
And
Mad Day told you she had a daughter, or she said she had kids?
she said if I had a daughter, she didn't say
Oh,
if I had a
okay.
daughter. I
Ballhead
didn't
has it
want
on
that
YouTube.
happen to
AJ,
my
if you'd
daughter.
like to pull it up, please do because I don't want to mince T's words and I don't want to implicate nobody either. I just want to make sure that everything is exactly
I'm telling you,
how it's
I was
supposed to
on the
be.
phone
But
with that girl.
I could have sworn when I had that conversation with T was saying that Mad Day didn't cry, not call.
I was on the phone with that girl I ran over my lunch break. I was on the phone with them that long.
That day is a liar and a schemer, Barb. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Well,
So
that's what the
basically,
fuck it's looking like now.
right, baby. So what I'm trying to explain.
Why
So
Mad
now,
Day won't
hold
come?
on,
What is the issue?
hold on,
Why she
Barb,
won't
hold
just
on,
come up in
hold
the
on,
panel?
hold on.
That's
So
another
listen.
thing. She ain't been around.
Understand this. Understand this. Opposition is the topic that we're on, right? So
Yeah, I know that,
in
but
this
I'm
theory,
trying to
Bella is
figure
the
out.
opposition, and Mad Day is now just a shitty ass friend that fucked up at the wrong time because what the
Well, I
opposition
don't
was
know. Wait
about.
a minute. I don't know that now because that's Morgan Brittany right there, right? Let me put on my
Mm,
glasses.
mm.
That's Morgan right there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Morgan, did you say y'all had fell out before before the stuff happened, correct?
Yeah, we had fell out
So,
2 months prior.
okay, I wanted you. I asked you that because I was gonna say, how we know if Mad Day and Bella even fell out? How we know that wasn't planned with them together?
They didn't fall out
Oh,
when we
baby,
found
that's what
out.
you missing. No, no,
Yeah,
no, 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 no,
no,
no.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
hold on.
Like,
Let me answer that for you. Let me answer that for you because earlier we did a whole interview
Yeah.
with Morgan Brittany Keys. A lot of people was up here. So listen to this. This is how you know. Mad Day when she came to you lied. She had already seen the group chat messages. She knew Bella was the one that put the message in there. Her intent was never to drop on Bella. Never, 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 never,
Got you.
never.
Right, exactly.
Her intent when she dropped was on Morgan and Keys. She was
Mhm.
trying to dog these people. The problem is in her attempting to save Bella, she fucked Bella because her lie then just spun on who the person was that actually dropped the video. When in fact, the video was being dropped for bad parenting. There was never any sexualization. It didn't even happen. It was about bad parenting, and it was Bella. That's it.
And
Keys
I
was
gave
not
out the
involved.
clip.
Barb, do you remember? Do you remember me and you had that conversation? You came, I went live, and me and you had a conversation, and I told
Is
you, and I,
Baw'dhead in here?
Yeah, I think was that the conversation after I had talked to good old Mad Day. Why I keep calling her good old time? Mad Day, was that it was before or
Good old
after?
time.
you was fire high. I think that was that night. Everybody woke you up, and you just found out. That's when you talked to me.
Oh
That
yeah. Okay,
same
yeah.
night.
I was drunker than the motherfucker. We were having a good time that
Okay,
night. They woke me out my sleep.
So
Yes, I
listen. So
remember.
and
listen.
I know you don't
So
remember, like, I know
listen.
you don't believe about like the bad parenting because of how it was spun to you, but I'm telling you that's the only thing. And remember, we had a difference of opinion because I was like telling you, like, I wouldn't have my little girl dancing with grown folks, and you was like, well, I'm from Florida and that's how we do it.
Yes, I remember that.
Okay, so
I
that's why I'm
remember
trying
that.
to
I
tell
remember
you.
I said that. I said we after the kids party turned to adult party anyway,
Right,
right?
right. So because it was spent another way, I think that's the reason where we're getting the confusion at. Because I'm trying to figure out, when did you talk to her, and how
Oh,
did
I
she?
can tell you the date I talked to her. Let me go
But
back
how
to
did she spun it to you that it was sexualized? Because she wasn't even there, Barb, when we we were on live discussing that. I mean, we was on
Okay,
FaceTime.
listen. Now I
Okay.
remember this. I can't remember because we was on the phone so long, so I don't remember every little details. But I remember she put it to me as she was out of town,
Mm-hmm.
and when she got back, the plan was ran by her, and and she said immediately she was like, you know what? I don't want nothing to do with that. And it was like that. And then she was told to go through the messages, basically to catch up, go through the messages. And she went through the messages. And that's when she seen everything. It was like, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with that. And then I think she said, that's when, like, not right away. She said, not right away. She said, I am guilty of that. I didn't leave right away. And she said, at first she did have some things to say, but then she thought about it. I think she's even so much was disgusted with her husband or whatever. And she was like, yeah, no, I don't want nothing to do with that. And she left the group chat. Before she left the group chat, she said she screenshot everything is how she got it, and she left the group chat.
She left the group chat when we all fell out. Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out, like, the sexualization of it. Going through the text messages, you can't get that from that. That's not the conversation. And of course, we catched her up, but there was no further plan to do anything. Not the bad parents and none of that. We just kiki and caca about it that night and left it alone. And then when she came back, of course, we called her up and said, "Hey, yada yada yada. We was gonna do this, but we're not gonna do it no more." And then we was done with it. She never said that was bad. Y'all shouldn't do this. None of that, because that wasn't the conversation for her to even to say that. You see what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah.
You see?
Well, I'm telling you what, that what she told me. Now I can only, I can't. I wasn't there. I just can
Yeah.
tell you
Okay,
what she
my
told
turn.
me.
My
And
turn. My
wait, let me
turn.
finish telling her the stuff, AJ.
Oh, my bad. Go
Got
ahead.
some
I can't.
juice.
You got a lag or something. Hold on.
Oh,
Let me
me,
mute.
I do. And what else she was saying? Basically, God, it was something she told me. It was real important, and I know. Oh, it was some more messages that was supposed to be sent to me, but when she sent it to my email, I can't open it, if that makes sense. It's a video of extra messages, but I never could open it. And when I reached out to her about the messages, and I even reached out to Cece, I was like, hey, what happened to the rest of the message? And then I got a reply back, well, that was all the messages. And I was like, well, I can't even open it. So it was a video of extra message. I still got the email, but I can't open it. It's like one of those things where, you know how we see where you can press play and it comes up as a video.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have. And I to this day I never could open it. And I seen it because I went back and I looked and I was telling Empress yesterday, let me go back to my email from when she sent me or whatever, and let me see if I could look through this shit again. And I never could open that shit. And then that's when I remember, oh yeah, I never could open it, and I had request for her to resend it to me. And then she was like, "Well, that's it. That's all I have." And I was like, and I just like, okay, whatever.
Mm.
But
Okay.
she did send me some other stuff, but I
Mm.
can't I can't do nothing with it.
Well, I'm at this point, shit, stuff can be doctored, anything, especially how much been going on. But yeah, I just want you to hear that from my standpoint. My thing was just the parents and then people parent differently. Remember that night I did apologize to you because, we just saw it two different ways. And I'm gonna stand on that. That's all that was about. So I just want to make that clear. Cause
Oh, I understood that when you said it yesterday.
okay.
Yeah, it's no. I'm just still trying to figure this shit
I think I
out.
found the
You know what
clip,
I mean?
y'all.
Yeah, I understand that. You have
Okay,
every
hold on,
right.
Glock.
Every right. Okay, I'm gonna mute.
Wait, hold on. No. You're the one I need to talk to. Everybody else just mute real quick. Let me holler at Morgan Brittany right quick. Morgan Brittany, now that I have more understanding of how this group chat worked out, I got a few more questions. Now we glad we cleared up the first initial issues, but now that I'm understanding or having a different theory, I want to run a couple things by you. When you and I spoke, you said that y'all were sitting in a FaceTime watching the live and that you didn't know that Bella was recording, but she was. Y'all were discussing um the Trina cuss out thing and discussing parenting and how kids shouldn't be twerking with adults. Did y'all ever discuss the group of you going around looking for lives and calling yourselves the investigators at that point?
Mm-mm. What you mean,
So
like
you
a group? When I first became Bella's friend or whatever, I was telling her, hey, you can get people to basically become reporters for you and, do notebooks, like more like branding, because that's what I like to do. Other than that, that's like the only conversation. Basically, how you tell people to get their notebooks out. They'll have cute little notebooks, pens, things like that. But going around being investigators, no, not that
okay?
I know of.
So you weren't well. Bella said that there was a conversation held with the group
Mm-hmm.
about you guys becoming a group that went around and got things together. Because you and remember, remember when Keys was up here, Keys said to me that the plan was to discuss bad parenting in court. You remember
Mm-hmm.
he said that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that conversation, in discussing bad parenting in court, you remember that conversation y'all had?
Okay.
I'm asking, do you remember discussing like with Bella and them? Key said y'all talking about Barb's bad parenting in court.
Yeah.
That's not what I said.
Yeah.
I
You just said
said
yes.
we know because that's not what I said. She might be misconstruing your words, but it was discussed and dropped. There was not a discussion and we're going to do it. We talked about it last. I said, "No, we're not going to do that." That's what was said. That's what I said.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Correct.
saying. Like we discussed it, but we decided not
Period.
to do it.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm sorry.
Well,
Are
I
we
don't
having
want
a
no
different?
play on
Are
no
we having a
words.
different? Did I play on a word? I said. Key said there was
No,
a
I'm saying like I don't,
discussion.
for it to be asked for it to be asked that like for it to be asked that way. He said it was a discussion. C say yes, so now it can be misinterpreted to say, oh well, y'all talked about discuss. No, we talked about it and said we're not
No,
going to do it. So put
I'm
everything
not
into
missing.
context.
It's all about to go there if you just give me a second. You can't try to, I don't need any of you to, I do not think that y'all are guilty, okay? What you can't do is beat me to my question because that's when you start looking guilty. Just answer the question that I'm asking you. And if
But
you're
see,
innocent, then
we're
so.
not on trial. But we're not on trial, and this is my
But
thing,
why are
right?
you
Y'all, you
feeling
can
like
keep
you
saying
are? Why are you
because
acting like you
we've been
are?
on
It's a
trial
simple
because we've been on
question.
trial. I understand that, but you know, come on, AJ, let's not play dumb, right? You know, like I know, if you word things a certain way with this group of people on this side of TikTok, it will be interpreted that way and used that way. Like for instance, $2 came in the live and said I said I was going to beat up Mama C and Nikwa. And when I specifically said
Listen,
I want the
please.
husbands, and when I
Oh my
specifically
God.
said I have no problem
Morgan, do
with
you
them, a
understand what I'm saying?
misinterpretation of
He's going
words.
too far backwards. Let me tell you.
No,
Okay, I guess I got the layout on the line. What the fuck it is I'm doing, because y'all doing too much right now. You gotta calm down. You're so defensive. I 100% understand that by the time opposition messaged Barb and said, or I'm sorry, by the time opposition put in a chat, hey, there's something coming out against Barb, you and your girlfriend was gone. Okay. But at the time that the OG opposition page was actually created, you and your girlfriend were not gone. So that one singular person was having a discussion with a group of people about creating a group called something. She said the investigators. I'm asking if you guys were privy to that conversation. That is it. That is all. Now, where y'all are trying to take me and go, there you have to calm down. You weren't even around when the opposition actually surfaced.
AJ, can I say this? I
Yes.
think that us being on the defense and you probably wasn't around, it's because the way that we was dragged. And just give us a little grace with that is what I guess I'm asking.
Right.
Because
No, I
you
get
know,
that part, but
okay.
I'm telling you, I believe you. So then you got to give me some too and
Yeah,
understand that I'm.
absolutely. I think it's just on both sides, and baby, we just need to just
So
calm down.
I got this message. Yeah, see, I don't know. So Keys, they saying you and Slim was just dragging me in the live.
No,
again, you see my
see,
point?
Yeah, yeah,
People
I
no,
see your
misinterpreting
point,
words.
but
I never
Barb,
dragged you.
Barb,
but the difference is I'm asking you instead of just going.
No, first of all, when I was in the live with Slim, I thanked Slim for having my back, and I told Slim, I said, "Now you got thrown in the gun. You went a little too far, but you did what you were supposed to do because you stood for me and on blindly, right?" And then I had a phone call, and my mic was muted because I was on a work phone call, so I didn't hear nothing else that was said. And I said that when I came back into the live. So again, people taking something and running with it. Now Slim, whatever Slim said, how he felt, that's how Slim felt. I didn't say anything. I said it is what it is.
JJ, listen, let me tell y'all something. I get so overwhelmed when it's like this because my little nerves. I got a one track mind when I'm on
Oh, it was
something.
Slim. Okay.
When I'm on something and I want to figure out what I'm actually on, and I'm sitting here writing and taking notes and carrying on, all I'm trying to do is think in a logical order. So if we just think with me and just, that's all I was saying. I'm not in any way trying to frame these people. In the theory that we have currently that Bella is the original opposition page, all I'm saying is it was created to discuss bad parenting, like we were already told. Then
Call cap on that. I don't think that's what Bella intentions was. You may think that. You gotta be kidding me. We was beefing hard. That wasn't her fucking intentions.
I'm gonna be honest, Barb. The conversation that we had on the phone while we was watching the live was bad parenting.
Yeah,
Bella
yeah. I don't
included.
think that was Bella's motherfucking
It
decision.
was though, Barb. I know you don't want to believe it, and me and her ain't cool. I ain't got no reason to, you know, save her. But during that conversation, Barb, it was bad parenting. It
Mm.
was.
I'm gonna play the clip.
want you to play
Yeah, it shows that
It's
like
AJ Live. It's AJ Live. You guys, AJ.